Okay, so we covered till I guess this page is returning 4xx errors. Uh, Before I start further, do anyone have any question related to what we have discussed yesterday?
I don't. Ladies, how about you?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay, cool. Okay, so do you guys know what are the absolute URLs and what are the relative URLs?
No, I don't know yet.
Okay, so sometimes you have seen like we used to show the URL as a whole, like https colon www dot domain name dot com, but
Mm.
sometimes dot com slash example. So suppose, but sometimes we just add slash example. So when we add the complete URL, that is the absolute URL, and when we add just the directory like slash example, so that is called the relative URL. Just I mean that means that home page is default added, but we just added the slash example with it. So
Okay.
basically, absolute URLs versus relative URLs is like absolute URL is something which is recommended if you are internally linking the website. So suppose it happens like in footer, the links that has added to the other pages of the website is relative. Relative is like it is like, so suppose the link at the footer goes to about page, so the link says slash about us rather than saying domain name.com slash about us. So the link should be absolute. The link should be complete link, complete URL, not just the relative that is slash about us. That is what we needed. So if there are relative URL on the website, we need to make sure that uh, we check that. So so there is a tool. You can see this one, the red one with the arrow. This
Mm-hmm.
is the extension. This is the Chrome extension, which is called Data Miner. This helps us to find the relative URLs in the website. Um, I guess in this latest review, um, okay, here is a spreadsheet, and I can open this website. So you can see that there are relative URL on the home page. These are all relative URLs that
Mm-hmm.
are linked to the home page like this. Rather than a complete URL, we just have a directory URLs there. So these are actually the relative URL, and we want these URL to be absolute. So we add the suggested fix here, like write unique optimized, sorry, where we go. I mean, here, record internal links from relative to absolute. That means we have to change the URL from relative to absolute. We need to have the complete URL rather than the small URLs. Um,
Okay.
we can utilize this tool as I told you. This is the Chrome extension. When you click on this extension, when you are on the page that you are analyzing, it should work. Okay, it's loading. Okay, I'm not sure why it is not working and not showing the link. Second. Generally, it gives you the link right away. I'm not sure why it is. I haven't used this from. Okay, here you go. So it is showing these pages. When you click on the run, it will show the pages that are actually the absolute the relative URLs. You can download the data from here in the XLS or CSV file, and you can add that into the spreadsheet. So that is how it should work. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, so basically data miner is the tool that we utilize for collecting the relative URLs. So relative URLs are the URLs that show only the directory URLs rather than showing the complete URLs. It might happen that our footer or some internal links are actually not the absolute URLs but are the relative URLs. So we generally suggest, it is good for the SEO purpose. It is good for the site is called basically the optimized site when it is having the absolute URL linked to it rather than the relative URL. Let me see where these URL. You can see here, these are relative URLs, right? We need to have the apps. This is saying that this is the mobile navigation, the mobile menu. So we need to have the complete URL instead of these relative URL. So that is what we suggest in this part. Basically, this is the low priority SEO item. We do not give it more preference. So if we have more priority item to complete in a month, we put this or we push this item further. So this is kind of low priority item, but it is good to have absolute URL rather than relative URL on the website. So I hope this is clear.
Yep, it's clear.
Okay, so anybody of you do you know about micro format? It is also called schema, or sometime we also call it rich snippet.
Yep. We use the structured tool, right?
Yes, the structured data tool from uh, Google. I have mentioned that tool here. It's here. Okay, for a while, the ratings and reviews. This has been if you heard the news, the latest news related to SEO, they have the Google have stopped showing the reviews and ratings for a while, since we are going through this uncertain period. They are not showing up the reviews and ratings on the website for I mean, for the websites, they are not showing those into the schema markup because of this COVID-19. But we do check on the website if we have these reviews and rating schemas added. The other one is the business info schema and product schema and breadcrumbs. We I just share you the document here in the same analysis training template, sorry, analysis training document. These are the actually general way how we add the different schema into the website. Now, if the schemas are not present, so firstly we analyze the website. If these schemas are present there, then we utilize this template and we change the yellow portion for all the websites. So suppose we have a website where we want to implement the local business schema, it's just change these yellow ones and rest being the same. So this is the code that should be implemented, and we change these yellow terms and give that code to the developers, and they add that code in a particular page where we want that schema to be implemented. So this is one file that you can utilize and you can bookmark if you need any day. But to analyze if that particular website have those schema, we use this structured data tool from Google. Now you can see that this for this website, if we want to check rating, so rating and reviews are generally checked on the product pages, right? So basically when we buy some product from Amazon or any e-commerce store, we used to check reviews and ratings for that product that might be added at the bottom of the product by the verified purchasers. So that is what ratings and review schema is. um, we add schemas or we add micro format to show Google that these are the ratings that has been added by the people. And previously Google was also considering the third party ratings, but now Google is not considering the third party ratings. Basically on the website we can add some ratings that has been added by the people on Facebook or Instagram. We can add those aggregated rating like 4.5 stars into our own website, but that's something Google um, has not, I mean, has discontinued, and we also are not adding those ratings into our website now. So to check it, so you can see they have taken a product page and they have added a product page here in this section. And when they add the product page, they get the result here, like what are these schemas they have added. So there is no review, there is no rating schema added. So if there is no review and rated schema, you can see the organization schema, you can see the product schema, you can see the breadcrumb and aggregate rating schema, but also there are some warnings. So basically what we need to suggest is, because the products do not have reviews and rating schema added, so it is recommended we add the reviews and rating schema. And here is the way how it should be added and examples by Google. So we explain it through this to the lead, like this is the way it should be added. So we test the review and rating schema on the products and through this structured data tool. And this is what we analyze. And once we analyze that, we recommend to add it. And when we need to add that, we do that later in the when we work on the client campaign. We do that later. We create the schemas for them, and then we ask developers to add those schemas on the product pages.
Do you check also what are those warnings?
Yes, we do. If those are like errors are something which are important to clear, warnings, if they still are there, if we can, uh, so suppose sometimes it's not possible to add something here, like suppose price valid until, maybe this information is available, maybe not. So warnings are not that important to be removed completely, but errors are. If there are some errors, that means you need to rectify those errors. If there are some warnings, you need to check if it is possible to add those values. Warnings are generally when there are some values that they are asking for and you have to add those values. So sometimes probably we do not have this information, price valid until, right? Maybe this is not a valid this is just a product which is ongoing, and there is no restriction like when this price would be valid. So maybe price will not change going forward, so we do not have this information. So that's completely okay, right? So warnings are not that we should not that much worried about warnings, but we should eliminate all the errors. If it is saying zero errors, that means we are good. But yes, if as much as possible, we should also work to remove these warnings if we can. If we do not have those information, then we cannot do much about it.
Okay, so basically we're saying like you have micro formats installed in your website, but we would recommend to add reviews and ratings, something like that.
Yes. See, all the different pages have different kind of micro formats added. Now for this page, I do not like to have this organization schema added. Organization schema should be added on the home page, but not on all the pages of the website. Some website implement organization schema to all the pages of the website, right? This
Okay.
product page should have product schema, breadcrumb schema, aggregate rating, okay, but we do not prefer to have this now, and also the review and rating schema which is missing. So we will say yes, your product page is having different schemas added. There are some warnings. See if we can rectify those warnings. Other than that, the reviews and rating schema is missing. And
Mm,
here is the Google guideline on how to add that. And yeah, that is it.
okay, clear.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Question.
Yeah.
So you can have reviews as part of the website that is, I'm trying to find the right way to say it, as a part of the website itself. So it's not through Google or Yahoo or anybody else, but you set up your website to give reviews for your products. When you do that, should you automatically have the microformats, or do you then have to go and add microformats for the product reviews and ratings?
I'm really sorry, I'm not getting your question. Can you just repeat it?
Okay, this morning I was looking at an audit for a site that said in the SEO audit that there were no reviews or ratings that could have microformats implemented.
Yes.
And in the CRO audit, it said that the site had reviews and ratings.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what had me a bit confused.
Yeah, sometimes it happens like there is no reviews and rating already on the product pages, right? You are saying about that?
Hmm.
Yeah. So sometimes it happens that there are no reviews and ratings already on the product pages. So we suggest that there should be some reviews and rating added And for that we give some tips and tricks, like this is the way we should have our purchaser or the people who buy that product, we can ask them to add some reviews about the product on the product pages. And once they add the product sorry once they add the product reviews and ratings, then we can add the micro format. Obviously, if there are no reviews and rating on the product, we would not be able to add the reviews and rating micro format.
Okay, thanks.
And generally what we do when we work on a client campaign, we check it every month. So suppose some product got reviews and rating, then we add the micro format. And there are some tools or plugins also installed on some of the CMS that automatically create review and rating schema when the reviews and ratings are added in a product page.
I have a follow-up question. Based on your example earlier, there are times that when we check a website, that part in the structured data tool is blank on the right side. What does that
Right.
mean?
That means no reviews are present on that particular
No
page.
reviews. So
So
we
it's
would
no
recommend
reviews, no, sorry, no rich snippet.
no well, okay. So when it's blank, no rich snippets. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Because this tool is basically constructed for that purpose. It tells you what are the rich snippet that are added on that particular page.
Okay, clear. So this, what we see right now, organizations and breadcrumbs are rich snippets.
Right. Rich
Okay.
snippet, micro format, schemas, what these
Uh-huh.
are the name for the same.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Just to clarify, Kanika, those microformats that will be added will be shown underneath the title tag in the SERPs, right?
This is added in the head section.
Yeah, yeah, but how it those microform like the reviews and the ratings, they will show up underneath the title tag in the SERPs. Like when someone
Yes.
does
Yes, yes,
a
yes.
Google
You're
search,
right.
yeah.
Yep, yep. It happens like uh for most of the schemas, yes. So if you talk about reviews and ratings, you can see stars underneath the title tag for some of the URLs. That
Yeah,
is review and rating schema, right?
okay.
And sometimes the okay if we talk about uh, yeah, I mean these are the sometimes you see breadcrumb schema as well. Some of the website shows underneath the title tag, not the title tag, I would say underneath the URL in the search result pages. You will see the sometimes you see the breadcrumb schema as well, like home. Then there is greater than sign, and then there is a main category page sign, sorry, main category page name. So yeah, sometimes I mean yes, when it is shown, it will be shown underneath the URL in search engine result pages.
Regarding that breadcrumbs, I've read somewhere that breadcrumbs are not really necessary if the website has only something like 10 pages or less. Is that correct?
No, breadcrumb schema always give you the information of path that you should follow to reach to that particular page. And we always recommend whether this website have 10 pages or 100 pages, we always recommend to have breadcrumb schema.
Okay. So,
Yeah,
regardless of the number of pages the website has, we should always recommend having breadcrumbs and
yeah,
breadcrumbs formats.
right. If the site doesn't have breadcrumb, we first ask to add the breadcrumbs and then add the breadcrumb schema.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yep. So similarly, we have this business info schema. In business info schema, we have two kind of schema. First is the organization schema and second is the local business schema. So organization schema, generally we check organization schema For if you check, if you click on this page, you will find that the tech has checked the home page to check if it is, if the organization schema is present or not. So generally the home page should have the organization schema, and if it is not present, we ask to have the organization schema on the home page. So it's already present there. So it's already, it's said that organization schema is present on the website, and it should be on the home page and about us page. None of the other pages of the website is required to have the organization schema, but sometimes you will see that all pages of the website have this organization schema added. So that's okay to add the organization schema on all pages of the website, but the required pages where the organization schema should be there is home page and about us page. There is no need to add the organization schema on category or maybe the product pages. It's not required, or the contact us page. It is not required at all. And when we talk about local business schema, it should be present on the contact us page only. So we check the contact us page for that particular schema and see if the local business schema is present. If local business schema is not present, then we ask to add the local business schema according to the Google guideline. So we add the Google guideline link for local business schema, and we suggest to add the local business schema. So that is the business info. Business info contains two schemas, that is organization schema and also the local business schema. For organization schema, we generally check home page and about us page. If that is present there, then good. And then if it is not present there, we suggest to add in these pages only. And we check for local business schema, and for local business schema we check the contact us page only. And if it is not present there, then we recommend to add the local business schema according to the Google guideline on the contact us page. Okay.
Okay.
And obviously the product schema is the schema that